Kia ora, New Zealand. Welcome to Sweet Chain Live. My name's Matt Drake. This is episode 190, and I'm joined this evening by my co-host, Morgan Harfell. Good evening, Morgan. How are you?
Evening, brother. I am very, very good, and I'm excited to speak to our guest tonight. I'm just getting that right out there to the people.
Absolutely.
Great guest.
It's going to be a crackerjack today, I think, of an episode. We're going to go through some hot scores to begin with. Then we're going to be bringing on our guest, Magnus Davidson. It's his first time on the show, and because he had a very, very, very good result at the weekend, victorious in MA1 at Moonbase, South Island champs, which was incredible. So well done to him, and we'll be chatting to him shortly. Then we've got a few things to go over. We're going to go over the full Moonbase results. We're previewing Faultline Fury and Auckland Disc Golf Champs. So two big tournaments up here in the North Island. This weekend, we'll be looking at the odds going into that tournament. We'll play a little bit of disc duel, and we'll have a look at the Disc Golf Valley. Although I was trying to do it just a minute ago, and I took like so many shots. So yeah, rip that round. And then we'll also do some reminders of Secret Santa, which registration is still open. So we'll do a quick reminder on that. Also, Morgan, it's getting to that time of year where we'll be announcing the winners of the Cheneys. Our end of year awards.
Goodness, I can't believe that's come.
I know.
I can't believe that's come around already.
I know. It feels like only yesterday we were doing it. So we'll reveal more details of the Cheneys in the next few shows, including we might look for some community participation in terms of potential awards that we're running. Last year we kind of set it in stone and said this is what we're doing, but maybe we'll do something quite similar. Just a quick reminder at the top of the show that if you do enjoy the show and you want to support us further, then you can head over to our Patreon site, patreon.com/sweetchainlive, and get involved. And there are a whole bunch of different benefits, like lots of extra entries. And if you want the Disc Golf Valley code for playing along whilst you're watching tonight, it's SYZ2. That's Sierra Yankee Zulu 2. So let's start off with hot scores. Morgan, take us through the South.
Roger dodgy. Let me get off of this screen straight over to the hot scores down south, and we're into Queen's Park. As always, Mr. Joseph this week holds the keys with -12. Darren, 7 under par this week, gets the job done at Chingford. And down in Brockville, we have Mr. the one, the only, Calvin Cummings, shooting a spicy 2 under par. 11 under par gets it done in the Queenstown Gardens for the Stiffmeister. I do need to shout out Smokey, who shot a 15 under during the league round last night, 4th week of the Queenstown Gardens Disc Golf League, Spring League. Jelly Park, and also at 15 under par, we've got Ashton Clark. Warren Park, Aiden, 6 under par. KBG gets the job done at Small Pond Reserve with a 14 under par this week. 6 down for Mr. Sam Page at Queen's Park Reserve, up to Saxton Field, and in like capitals for some crazy reason, we've got Win 1503. That is Mr. Reese Jones with a 14 under par. Huge score there, Reese. Brantford Park rounding us out here, and we've got Mr. Alex Batten, 13 under par. That's your hot scores for the South, Matt.
It's going through the north, starting in Berrenport, and it's the General Young Ha who hits 7 down in the hills of Wellington. Over the water, Koi Ben Morrison hits 6 under par in Upper Harcourt Park. Andy Davies at it again with another 6 down. That was at League on Wednesday. Joel Simpson and Arthur Horn both hit 9 down at Linklater. Brian Rawlins goes 2 under at Maryland's, and Steve Lawson is 3 down at Spa Park Black this week. At Henderson, Owen Mandishoza hits 7 under par, and at Wood Hill, Jamie and Nicholas Gouldner can't differentiate themselves with a 5 under apiece, and Bob Gentle goes around Rosedale at 8 under par. So well done to everybody with a hot score for this week.
Good to hear Bob's name in the hot scores there, Matt.
Indeed. It's always good to hear Bob's name on the show. We must get him on again, actually. That's a note to producer Tom. So as a bit of a reminder. Anyway, we're going to launch straight into our guest tonight and bring him on. And our guest this evening is the MA1 South Island champ, Magnus Davidson. Good evening, Magnus.
Hello.
G'day, Magnus. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, good. How are you guys?
Very good, thank you. Very good. First up, thank you so much for coming on the show. First time on the show, and well, first up, congratulations on your win and your achievement of the weekend. That's incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah, mate, you came out and you took that. I was going to say that team. You took on the competition by storm, mate. You came out victorious, and we're just looking over the results just before, and mate, you did some serious work this week. You must be pretty proud of yourself.
Yeah, it was good.
Yes, attaboy.
What was talk us a little bit through it then, because and for anybody who doesn't know you, maybe you could start by just talking us through like how long you've been playing for and what you've been how you've got to where you are, or how you got to where you were before this tournament at the weekend is I guess what I'm saying. So how long have you been playing, junior divisions, progression, all that kind of stuff?
I started playing lockdown with my cousin. We just played every day basically down at Jelly Park because we could just bike down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just been basically playing ever since. Just yeah.
I mean, you've been mostly playing in the junior divisions until this last weekend, hey? So what was it about this tournament that made you go, I tell you what, I'm telling a lie. You've played MA1 a few times this year. So what I guess made the difference in you stepping up to play in MA1, which looked to happen about sort of March, February time? You kind of, after that first event in August, I think, was MA1, which is a small bone. So what kind of prompted that transition?
Well, we saw that I was kind of like in the mix with the scores at the juniors in MA1. So it was just like more competition, the better.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the juniors is usually only like a couple kids, which is a bit, yeah. And just MA1, there's more competition, like more close competition, I guess, with like everybody.
Yeah. And do you find that you play better when you're being pushed?
Yeah. Because I think at the Hagley Hark, I went like, some reason I was put on with like pros, like with Avery, Andrew Popham, and a couple others.
Mm-hmm.
And I played like good there. And then like the first round was like real good, like 5 under. And then the second round, I came back down like with a couple, like, I wouldn't say not as good people, just not as skilled as them because they're like the best in the country and stuff.
So you were playing better because you were with that higher level of competition. That's what you think?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I played better with like better competition too.
It's really interesting that first round at Hagley Huck, where it was you shot a 985 rated 54, right? And you're on the same card as Avery, who shoots a 1023 50, right? Which was 9 under. And so you just chasing him the whole round, and that, I mean, Avery's a nice guy, so he probably was cheering you and geeing you on as well, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, just trying to stick with like other guys, I guess, like trying to get the drives where they were, make the putts when they were making putts, which helped a bit.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, it's an interesting one, right? Because I think like any round that I play, if you're playing with someone else who's playing well, it really, unless you start going on a bad bogey run, you'll usually play a lot better when someone else is playing well. It's a bit of a trickle-down effect between you, it's good vibes between the card when everyone's playing well, or at least two or three of you are playing well.
Yeah.
That's right. So, I mean, this weekend, you really got pushed, kind of the whole way, really. I mean, you had a first round, you find yourself in tied for second place.
Yeah.
And then after the second round, you're still in second place, but you've got a bit of a mountain, well, not a mountain to climb, but you're 4 shots back.
Yeah, Jamie played like out of his mind. He didn't miss a putt the whole day. Like
on that second day.
Oh, on the second round. It was in the same day. We had 2 rounds on the first day, but it was crazy. Like he didn't miss one putt.
That's Jamie Hunter, right? Am I right in thinking that's Jamie Hunter? Yeah, local guy for Twizel, so he's used to that course. He feels comfortable there.
Yeah, like everybody's like there's like a 40-meter hole, and everybody was just going like straight, and he goes like up like to the right side, and it's just like local knowledge. It's like
love it. I love that.
Yeah.
And then when you got to round 3, you've by the end of round 3, sorry, you've caught the lead back up, and you've got a lead of a shot going into the final round.
Yeah, well, we were kind of all even because nobody had really played that course before, like, which made it good. And then Jamie didn't play well. Like, he lost one of his best discs on one hole, which basically put him out for the rest of the round. But he kind of caught it back up at the end, which... Yeah, and I just took pars. I only bogeyed like twice the whole time, which was good. So I wasn't like
clean golf is good golf.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm just looking at this actually. You shot 1 bogey the entire tournament. 2 bogeys, sorry, the entire tournament.
2 bogeys, yeah.
That's
Oh my gosh, I thought you meant in 1 round. The entire
4 rounds.
The entire
4 rounds of 18,
Magnus?
two bogeys.
Magnus.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's incredible. And then you end up winning by 3 strokes in the end, quite which seems relatively comfortable with a 960 rated tournament. And so when those results come through to the ratings, which I believe will be next update, which for anybody following along at home will be on the 10th of December. Closer to the 11th because of the time difference. It'd be really interesting to see what that does to your overall rating, because obviously you've got 970 round 1, a 958, a 977, and a 934. Those 2 970s are 2 of the best rounds you've ever shot, at least in sanctioned golf.
Yeah,
it's incredible. So, I mean, we were talking briefly before. Are you gonna be sticking to MA1 for some time? Kind of bed yourself in, get this division kind of on lock for a period of time.
I mean, as soon as I can, I go up to MPO because why not?
That's what we like. That's what we like.
We need more people with that attitude. Why not, eh? Why not?
Indeed, especially after our conversation the other week, where we talked about that exact subject about the number of players in MPO. Yeah. You're still eligible though, if I'm right, for MJ15. Is that right?
Yeah.
And you will be next year as well.
Yes. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
And Matt, we sort of just realized this at the start of the show. He would have come 4th, was it, in MPO if he was
4th for MPO? Yeah, he would have if you translate the ratings across. All right, so it wouldn't have been exactly, but you did play the same courses as MPO, so you played all the same layouts in a slightly different order, but the same layouts. And if you'd shot 960 in MPO, you would have edged out Andy Clune in 4th place.
So MPO players, you're on notice. Here comes Magnus.
Absolutely. So this was at Twizel. Whereabouts are you based? You're in Christchurch, Jay. Yeah.
Yeah, Christchurch.
Yeah. So do you get to go to Twizel often, or is it not? Was it
No,
just
not really.
for the event?
Sometimes we head down there because we got a camper van, like in the holidays.
Oh yeah.
Like just, which is nice to do tournaments at a wee way away, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, we wouldn't travel like all the way across, but like, because Twice is only like 3-4 hours, so we can get back home and like after prize giving, and which is good.
Yeah, and if you've already got the van sorted, there you go. I mean, just get some decals.
And
you're away.
You're not going too far next trip. You're off to Temuka, just up the road. Temuka Tussle.
Yeah.
And on the 23rd, what are we now? So 9 days away. You're up in the Temuka Tussle. How are you feeling about that tournament leading into there? We've got 90 players in Temuka. That's incredible. Where are we? Here are we in MA1? Are we in MA1? Yes, you are. Yeah. Right there.
Yeah.
I think you've got this one, mate. I think you're going back to back. I'm feeling it for you.
Well, we'll have to see. Certainly, the rest of the field, I think, has got a notice, right? MA1's an incredibly competitive division. We've spoken about it before. Yeah. And at any time, any one of about 10 to 12 different guys could win it, right? It's crazy how competitive it is, and you've just, I think, shaken it up even further. And being the age you are is just ridiculous, quite frankly.
Yeah, because like at Moonbase, we were looking at all the ratings and we were like 950, 950, 9, and we were like, well, there's quite a lot of high rated players, and I was like, just try and play, and I was like, league card the first round, and then just kind of, because I think on my rating I was like 10th or something, like quite low. Like there was quite a lot of pretty well rated players in MA1.
Yeah, you're right. Billy Roberts, 952. Coop Pasolis, 946. 946 for Jamie Hunter, and then so on and so forth. Yeah, absolutely. Great competition.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's a major, and people tend to gravitate more towards they're kind of, I don't know. So I guess what I'm saying here is, if you're a master, you're more likely to play in a master's division in a major. If you're a junior, you're more likely to play in a junior division in a major than another event, right? So I know you didn't in this case, but there would have been other people who did, and I think that's really interesting how that division is shaping up to be. It's more entertaining in some respects than MPO, purely because of the number of different people who could come away with a victory. And I love that attitude of, well, why not? When it comes to MPO, have you a lot of people when they're in your situation have kind of got their eyes on perhaps playing abroad, at least for like a World Juniors or a World Amateur Championships? Is that something you've given any thought to, or is it?
Yeah.
Something...
Well, we kind of said, well, because I could go to Junior Worlds next year, and we were like, it was like the junior, like to be like 950 rated, it would be like top 20, and we were like, if you can get like, I probably can't get there anymore because there's not as many tournaments coming up, but like if I can get around like 930, 40, maybe we'd think about it. But it's like, it's so much to get over there and stuff.
Yeah, it is difficult. It is difficult.
Yeah.
But I mean, so the only reason I say is often people will protect their amateur status in order to preserve.
Oh yeah. I think if I played MPO and cashed, I probably wouldn't take it, just so that World Amateur option's still there. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got a lot of years to go, mate.
Yeah,
you can come and dominate these amateur divisions.
You got a lot of years to win that money back. I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely, pal. Absolutely.
So you've got Temuka's coming up. How do you? What are you going to be doing between now and Temuka? You've got just over a week before presumably you won't have to travel far for it. But I mean, you've got just over a week until the tournament. How are you going to prepare for it?
Practice putting. Can get my throw going good, clean. And
Is that where you see you? Is that where you see you winning the tournament at that particular course? Is on the green?
yeah, if I make my putts, I can. Yeah, like I could beat anybody if I wanted to. I think, and like, yeah,
Love it.
That's some big confidence there. But
because like my throw
that.
is like good, and I can get it out there. It's like, yeah, if I can make all like most of the circle 1 putts and maybe get a couple circle 2 ones, I'd do pretty well in most things, I'd guess.
Yeah, sure. And how far are you throwing? Let's put this out there to the people so they can hear how far you're throwing and maybe feel bad and make themselves get out on the practice course. Tell us, how far are you throwing, Magnus?
I think my furthest is 144.
I'm out of here.
Yeah,
I'm done.
That's yeah.
I'd say I'd consistently 115, 120 probably.
You know, honestly, in New Zealand, there's not many holes that 120.
Yeah, we're gonna give that.
Do you know what I mean? That that require 120 meter par job, right? There's not that many holes where that's the case. If you can be accurate, and when I say accurate, I mean inside the circle to 90 to 100, then you've done most of the job in New Zealand. And so that's So you got a. I'm guessing you got a basket in the backyard.
Yeah.
You've got a field nearby that you go and practice in, or you.
Yeah,
throw.
Just at Jelly Park.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. And do you have school? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I didn't want to be like, oh, this guy's just going to be in the park all day, like wagging. You've got a tournament next week. Just practice.
I'm at Burnside High School, which is like across the road from Jelly Park.
Oh yeah.
Which is like sometimes I'll just take a couple discs in my bag and get a couple of my mates to come play, try and get them into it.
Yeah. Lunchtime round.
Are you playing any other sports, mate?
I play basketball, cricket.
Yep.
I play korfball.
All right.
Oh, yep. That's getting bigger.
Yeah. I'm just playing it because it's basically basketball in the summer. So. Yeah.
You've been called. I just need you to point this out. You've been called the GOAT in the chat, Magnus Goat, from Mr. Isaac Sassanuma Howard. I'm not going to read out Burgess's message because, nah. Oh, you're reading the comments.
So you've got a week to go. Saying that you need to work on your putting, and you'll be out there practicing your drives as well. Something which a lot of disc golfers, I think, struggle with, probably by their own admission, to which you seem to have doesn't seem to be a problem, and that's the mental game, right? We saw how confident you've been today, and how confident you are about potentially moving up divisions. How do you find MA1 particularly? Do you find that it's more mentally fatiguing? I don't mean necessarily physically, not physically tired, but I mean like.
I know what you mean. Yeah. It's always closer. Like this, like if you lose the shot, you're gonna drop a place or something like that in MA1. Like if you're in the juniors, like 3 shots might mean that you're dropping.
Yeah. Usually,
like saying like that. Yeah.
So you've got to be far more consistent in MA1, right? If you make a mistake, you're back on that horse, and you got to carry on.
Yeah, like only 2 bogeys, which basically made me win, was not bogeying, which
I think
good.
that's great. And that kind of approach. Do you find yourself playing for par a lot?
Yes, when there's like holes where it's like not many people gonna birdie. Yeah, and it's like
Okay, so you really are coming into it with a plan for the course, right? By the sounds of it.
yeah, like hole 2, there was at the river course, people were like going distance driver and like they'd either be going a little bit left or turning it over a little bit, and like it's like a hard hole, and I was just like throwing my tee shot, like I was just laying up into like the gap and maybe try get aggressive on the second shot, but like I don't feel like many people got birdies on that hole.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's great course management. That is.
Is that something that you do kind of on the fly, like after the first round or as you're going, or is it something that you're doing like the night before, or are you looking at the course ahead of time?
Well, if I see like if I can do a practice round, I'll be thinking this is a hard hole, this is bad rough, just put it in the middle. But if I can't have a practice round or something, it'll be like just seeing like what the dangers are and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, it's incredible. Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. Yeah. So, Morgan, anything else you want to cover off with Magnus before we dive into Desert Island disc golf and?
No, mate. I just want to say, I just need to say this to you. Just take it easy on me when you get to MPO, would you? Just take it easy on me, all right?
I have to say,
I'm a light little fella, all right? I'll take it personally. I just need you to be nice to me, okay? I'll accept that you beat me, but be nice about it.
I have to say that there's going to be several years before Magnus is playing in the same division as myself, so I don't have to worry about him potentially turning up and embarrassing me. But the So anyway, we're going to launch into Desert Island disc golf now with Magnus. So if you haven't seen this part of the show before, the premise is that Magnus is stranded on a desert island. Now, on this desert island, there's a disc golf course, and he's been stranded with 3 of his favorite discs and 3 of his favorite card mates. Now, his card mates can be anybody he likes. They can be real people, or they can be fantasy characters. They can be alive or dead. They can be seasoned pros, or people he knows. So we're going to start off with your 3 discs, Magnus. What are you throwing on your desert island? What have you got there?
Park boot, just part
Park boot
and a throw. Yeah. You know.
And that's just in your. That's just in your. What's it called? What's the putting plastic for RPM called again?
It's like magma medium.
Magma medium, yeah. Magma medium tack.
Great plastic, great plastic.
Yeah. And then magma cortico, just dead straight. You can do anything with it.
A lot of people like the Kotuku in that kind of not premium plastic.
Yeah, it's just like I got like quite a few in my bag, just beat up ones and stuff, and just like I got a glow Kotuku, which is like my overstable mid range, and then this one's straight, and the other one's like understable flippy. Yeah.
Okay, and finally, what's your driver? What are you taking?
Halo Boss. Just
Halo Boss.
Buddy.
There it is.
If there's any wind or anything, it's just like perfect. No wind can like do anything to it. It's overstable, but it's real glidey and like fast, so it just gets to the distance before fading, and like some other distance drivers, which just beefy ones, it just kind of don't go fine. Just
fantastic.
If you haven't, guys out there, if you haven't tried a Boss or you don't have a Boss in the bag, go and get yourself one. It doesn't really matter too much if your arm speed isn't up there for 100 meters. You can get a lighter weight one. It is one of the most incredible drivers you will find.
Yeah, the Jeremy Coling ones, they were like so good. I used to have one, but I lost it. And
there we go. If you're selling a Jeremy Coling Halo Boss, then hit Magnus up and you'll do a deal.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so who are your 3 card mates? You can pick anyone you like. Who are you taking on your desert island?
Paul Macbeth, I guess. Just
Fairly standard.
Yeah.
Fairly standard. Is he the GOAT, or is his time finished? Is he going to get back to where he was, in your view?
I don't know. There's so many other people coming up now. Like, yeah, I don't know.
It's real hard, with that sort of Gannon Isaac generation. That's so hard.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Who else?
I think I'd just go with Cam and Jay. Just like laughs and stuff. Fun to play with when we play.
Yeah, man. I just realised what shirt you're wearing. Can we get a little shout out for the shirt you're wearing? A little shout out to the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been real good and stuff.
Yeah, mate. Those guys are amazing. I bet they're amazing support to have behind you, right? And to be wearing on your chest.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Buddy.
Right, we're going to jump into the the Sweet Chain Safari, I should say now, which I can't get my words out. So the first 9 is the family-friendly front 9 quick-fire questions, the same questions to every person every week. And then there's a Safari back 9, which takes the form of a this or that. Again, quick-fire, they're going to be coming from Morgan. So, here we go. Magnus, what's your name?
Magnus.
Where were you born?
When?
Where?
Oh, Christchurch.
Where do you live now?
Christchurch.
What's your PDGA number?
250021.
How many years have you been playing?
Is it 3 since lockdown? 4, maybe?
Yeah, 2020.
We tend not to think about lockdown anymore.
Yeah.
It's nearly 5 years since COVID. Can you believe that? Nearly 5 years since COVID was a thing. Anyway, Faye, your favorite course?
Bottle Lake.
Your favorite disc?
Probably Halo Boss.
Your favorite MPO player?
Sullivan Tipton. He was cool when he came over.
And your favorite FPO player?
I don't know. Paige Pierce, because she's hopefully coming over. I don't know.
Ooh, there we go.
Excellent. Morgan, take us through the back 9.
All right, buddy. Big question right off the bat. Cats or
Cats.
dogs? Ooh,
We got one. So.
Right, when you're going to play a competition, do you prefer to go away and play a competition, or do you prefer to be at home competing?
Home's always nicer because you can shower and stuff. Like the camper van, you can't really shower, and just you got your house to, which is nice.
Yeah, be comfortable.
Yeah,
I get it. Right, mate. Cricket or corfball? Yes. Meat or veggies? Would you rather get 2 aces in a round or shoot -18?
Ooh. I think -18. Depends what course it was at.
True. Valid. All right, get rid of one of these out of your bag forever. The kotuku or the takapu?
Takapu, I think.
Okay, I thought you were going to go that way after you said you had a bunch of kotukus in your bag.
There's quite a few hunters like the Takapu, which, yeah.
That's all good, right? In 2025, are we going to see you play more in MA1 or MPO?
I think it'll be half and half.
Ooh.
Probably first half MA1, and then if I can try and play MPO, hopefully.
All right, I like it. Since you're on Team Bros for Change, you must love a bit of rugby. So, All Blacks or the Kiwis?
Kiwis is better to watch.
Okay, he's a league man. And the final question, hole 18. And I said this, I think, for the first time on last week's show, but I like this question. Are you going to back-to-back next weekend?
Yes, hopefully.
Good boy.
Look at that. Fantastic.
Good man. That's your 18.
Fantastic. Magnus, look, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show today. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been great to meet you. And yeah, we'll catch up when I'm down in Christchurch for nationals, definitely. Be good to meet you in person. And so yeah, thank you so much for coming on the show. Yeah, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
Thanks, Magnus. You're great, mate. Keep doing you. Keep smashing everybody.
Have a good one. Wow, Morgan. Like,
yeah.
Do you know what impresses me the most?
The bravado.
No, it's not the bravado, actually. But
I'm joking.
No.
I'm joking.
I don't think you're wrong to suggest that as being one of the things, right? But because I think at the top level, you do need to have some of that, right? You do need to have some of it in order for 100%. you to give you confidence when you maybe would otherwise not have confidence, right? So I do think you need that provided, but that's not the thing that impressed me most. What impressed me most was, and it's not his ability to throw 144 meters, right? Because plenty of people can do that. I know I can't, but there's a lot of people who can. What impressed me was his course management and the processes he goes through of working out how am I gonna beat this course, right? How am I gonna play my game to maximize the value of my play? And that's what really most impressed.
He's 100% got the mentality of someone a lot deeper into his tenure in the game, right?
Yeah, hard. Yeah.
Like very hard. And that shows that the people that he's been spending time with on the course are actually really investing in him as well as a person and a player.
Yeah.
I think that speaks volumes to the Bros for Change, his dad, even just his friends that are getting out on the course and supporting.
Yeah. It's real. It's real. I don't think you perhaps see that enough. I know I've certainly played rounds with people, even in MA40, where they're like, "Oh, I just go out and throw it. I don't give any thought to the kind of the way in which you might play a hole to get maximum value from it." And I would consider that to be something that an older player or a player with more experience, I don't have too much more experience than Magnus in playing disc golf anyway, would consider. Whereas he's showing it at such a young age that I think that's incredible and really sets him in a good stead, honestly. So before we move on, I just want to pick up on something that Magnus said, and that was about one of the players that he mentioned in his in his thing.
You want to bring that up?
about Paige Pierce. Is that a spoiler? We don't know. What does Magnus know? Who knows? I know that. So I do know that when she got married a year or so, just over a year ago, that they were thinking of coming to New Zealand for a honeymoon. But whether that's this or whether it's not this, I don't know. We shall see. Yeah. But there have been one other announcement from the Tour Down Under about players that are arriving in January, February this year, and that's Braden Sides is going to be coming. Now, Morgan, you'll remember Braden. He played on the same card as Levi at World Junior Champs. Was it not last year, year before?
I haven't had a chance to investigate it, and I knew the name. And
have I got that right? Actually, have I got that right? I might not have that right. It might be. It might actually. I'm just trying to think now. I might not have that right.
10-16 rated, I think, is what I seen yesterday or the day before, whenever it was. So good player coming out on the shores.
Let's just have a quick look. I'm just on his PGA page now, just to see whether I've got this right or whether I've got it completely wrong.
Well, Matt's looking into that. Just a reminder, guys, Patreon, if you want to support us, or if you like what we're doing with the show and you want to support the show and help us grow, jump over to our Patreon site. Tom will put the details into the chat, and you can support us to go on to do bigger and better things and bring you more disc golf content from around the country and further abroad.
Right, I can't find it. I'm looking in the wrong place. But Oh, US amateurs first round coverage is what I'm. Is it? Oh, yes, that's where I am. That's where I am. So you'll remember him from that tournament.
Yep.
So we look forward to welcoming Braden to our shores. Now the other image that was teased, and I don't know whether producer Tom's got this image. He may not do, because I'm kind of I'm maybe asking for this on. So if you take a look, if we have a look at the teaser image. Scott's confirming what I thought it was, and which is Waden sides. So yeah, ignore me on this. This is my lack of knowledge. All right, so producer Tom, if we could scroll down, and there's a second player there on the left-hand side. Do you know who that is, Morgan?
On your left or my left?
Oh, the emerging threat. No, the game changer. The game changer. Who's the game changer?
No, I don't know. I can't actually quite see that.
Right.
Screen,
So I don't know if chat have done this, but so this is sleuthing, right? This has been sleuthed by one of the old farts, and I think he's in the chat now.
I've got to zoom in here.
This was worked out by one of the old farts, because we found the photo, or he found the photo that matches the silhouette of this player, right? So yeah. So
who have we got? Who have we got? Just do it, man. Pull the band-aid.
Okay. If you go to Ezra Robinson's Instagram page and look at a post from Idlewild in August, then you will find a picture that looks very similar to this. So anybody now, if you have a look, I don't know whether we can actually pull up Ezra Robinson's Instagram. Okay. So yeah, you've got a picture that looks very similar. So well done to the old fart, who I won't reveal, for figuring that one out, and sending us the photos, and we all went crazy. And it does look very very similar.
Now that is a huge grab, right? Ezra Robinson, incredible. Him and Isaac dominated this season.
Yeah,
right?
That's it. I mean, incredible. So anyway, and I think it's been teased that there's a few more players on the way, so we'll keep an eye out for this. I'm really excited. My plans have slightly changed for all of this, so now I'm going to be at Topor and Nationals. So the second event, and the fourth event, I'm going to be at Topor and Nationals now. So that's that I'm very much looking forward to both of those events and being able to play. So we shall look forward to that. Right, let's have a look at Moonbase and go through the full results of Moonbase now that we're on the now that we've spoken to Magnus. Starting off in MPO, and Francis Orange takes out the win pretty comfortably, actually, by 6 shots. Never really looked like he was in danger of being caught. Kind of won from the front, as we kind of expect from Francis. But then Daniel Hunter comes in second place, which is somewhat of a surprise, beating out Sebastian Faulkner.
Yes and no, because remember I called Daniel Hunter out for this week.
You did. Twizel local, eh?
Twizel local, and just got the MA1 win up in Ohau. So yeah, he was my pick as a come from behind runner there. And I tell you what, stepping up to MPO, he's done bloody marvelous there. So well done, Daniel, and an even bigger well done to Francis.
Yeah, incredible play. And so absolutely. Andy Clune in fourth, good performance from him. Jack Maffey has been on pretty hot form recently. In fifth, tied with Caleb Coker-Leach and Andrew Popham, who's making a comeback. Is his boot off now? Or did he break his arm, or was it his arm, or did he break an arm for? He broke his right arm.
We've just been told from the background that he broke his arm.
Okay, so yeah, I hope it looks like that's all at least on the mend. So well done to them. Moving down to FPO, Michelle Simpson comes out with a pretty commanding win over Hayley Flintoff.
Yeah, after not the hottest, well, not a not hot first round, but 3 strokes back of Hayley and Echo. So yeah,
very much third round, 9:35. Solid play. Hemi Tefitu wins MP40 by a single stroke over Tom McKay, and it's the final round that took him to get there as well.
And that's
so well done to Hemi.
Back. That's back-to-back weekends and back-to-back of defending his title at Moonbase.
That's incredible. That's
Yep.
incredible. We knew that those two would be the ones fighting out at the top of MP40.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, well done to them. As expected, Chris Dixon wins MP50, but he didn't have it all his own way, and looked like that was a tough battle with Dom all the way through.
Yeah, for sure. I haven't seen some super hot scores come out of the Silver Fox as of recent, but seeing him come back here to be just one behind, hoping to see him back up the top again in the next few tournaments he plays.
Magnus wins MA1 over Cooper Solis, Jamie Hunter, and Billy Roberts in 4th. Ben Quinn and pre-tournament favourite Raina Pai were in 5th.
Yep.
FA1, Alison Tweedy wins comfortably over LK Elise Robham and Stephanie Stridham in 3rd. In MA40, someone called it, I think it was Scott Brooker, Andrew Inch beats out Stuart Gilchrist, who was charging back at the end. That he'll kick himself for that first round because the comeback was very much on, and played incredibly well in the last few rounds.
Now I've said for months and months and months, until someone beats him, I'm only going to pick the Grizz, Stu Gilchrist. Now it opens up the doors for new picks from me. So thank you very much, Andrew.
Presumably Temuka could be the next event that he is competing in, possibly. So yeah, perhaps then. Sue Brown wins in FA40 over Maureen Cummings and Nina Duckles. In MA50, Greg Phillips wins by a single stroke over Wayne Brown and Gary Jarvis. Jenny Gould wins FA50 quite comfortably. Wayne Doyle wins MA60. Jenny Joint does the business in FA60, and in MA2, Kevin Carpenter beats out Nico Prentice, who was in the lead for some time there.
Kev Carpenter in the chat. Shout out to you, sir.
So very well done to him. 963 in MA2, eh? That's a solid performance.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm getting a work call. It sucks being on call.
Okay. Abby Stridham wins FA2, and in MA3, Blair Street takes the title with a total score of +10 by 5 shots over Joe Ball, Tyler Stevens, and Brian Hourigan. MJ50, Bailey Gardner takes the win here, but it didn't look like it was always going to be his victory over the course of the weekend over Hinato Crudo and Sebastian Strider. We're going to check in a little bit later on to see how how this all affects the power rankings, and also we'll be looking at our tips going into Faultline and Auckland Disc Golf Champs, which are taking place this weekend. While Morgan's off on his work call, let's have a look. There was another tournament being played, which we talked about last week, which was the Flying Kiwis out in Perth. And they had what looked to be a fantastic time and played incredibly well. When we were on the show last week, they were finishing off beating Japan for a spot in the top 8. They lost, unfortunately, their quarterfinal, I should say, with Norway, which put them in the 5 to 9 bracket, and then went up against, I think it was, I'm going to have to be reminded here, Czechoslovakia, I think, was the semi-final. And then their final game, their final matchup would have been against Japan, and then who was up next after Japan? That's real small. Norway was the quarterfinal. Yep. Czech in the semi-final. So yeah, I'm incredibly well played by the Flying Kiwis. It was really, really, really good to see. I was cheering them on all the time that the rounds were going, even though it was difficult to stay on top of the scores. It seemed that Brian Stout's Facebook feed was perhaps the most accurate way of getting up to date scores. But yeah, and And also, I don't know if you saw this, they also came away with the Spirit of the Game Award. Now, for any Ultimate players that are listening, Ultimate Spirit of the Game awards are held in very high esteem, especially in world competitions, and are taken very seriously. There isn't, gone are the days where it's just like, did we like them or not? Now it's a very structured kind of way of deciding who is, how well spirited a team was, and I can imagine that the same occurred here. And yeah, and the Kiwis came away with the Spirit of the Game, which is incredibly good. It's real. It's very proud of the team for putting in that performance and getting the Spirit Award out of the tournament, and obviously played incredibly well along the way. Ethan and Levi are still, and Simon are still over in Australia playing Aussie Nats this weekend. And Johnny Wake has come back, but he's got the small matter of Fault Line Fury to contend with this weekend, where he's the defending champ, I think. So yeah, we look forward to that. Morgan is he's with his work call, so we'll have to come back to him. Let's go over now to let's have a look at the tournaments that are being played this weekend. Actually, let's have a look at the. Now, yeah, let's go Fault Line to begin with. Fault Line this weekend is being played in Wellington across two courses. The first 9 holes is played at California Park, and the second 9 holes is played at Harcourt Park, and you do that 4 times over the course of the weekend. And it's going to be a lovely Wellington spring day, which means it's going to rain and be very windy over the course of the weekend. So that's going to be fun. I don't know if we've got the odds there, producer Tom, that you can bring up for Fault Line. 1 second. We're just bringing the odds up for this weekend so we can see who we think is going to. Who the data analytics team think is going to do well. That's nearly the right page. There we are. So going into Fault Line, it's Johnny Wake who is the favourite at 2.6 over Andy Davey at 5.6 and Young Ha at 10s, Brady Cush at 12, Joel Simpson and Barr at 17. In MA1, Ben Morrison is the favourite going in with odds of 4.3. Matt Broughton at 5.5. This again though is a very competitive division, although quite small. In FA1, Amy Whitmore is the favourite, and she'll be up against Kath Headley. That's going to be a good battle. 2 members of the ladies' top 10 going head to head. Paula Wilson is 14s. In MA40. This is going to be incredibly close. Gary Jarvis, Brett Carlisle, Ryan Kiddo, and Phil McLeod are your pre-tournament favourites. Although I would spare a thought for Richard McDonald, who plays Harcourt Park incredibly well. It's going to be a case of whether he can go around California Park under par. In MA3, the odds on Ariana Hitch there aren't quite right because she's playing in a mixed division. So Matt Stowell goes into this division as favourite over Sean Lincoln and Phil Nicholas. And finally, in the junior division, Caitlin McLeod is the favourite to take this one out. But again, she's playing in a mixed division. So it's arguably Finton Reich who's the favourite going in to this. And the next tournament we're going to have a look at is Auckland. So Auckland Disc Golf Champs is also being held this weekend. Both these tournaments are sold out. It's incredible, incredible that they've both got to this point. And the competition in the Auckland at the Auckland Disc Golf Champs is huge. You've got three of the top 11 players. So Jackson Sullivan, ranked fourth in the country at 2.7. Jake Brennan and Joe Berry are at 5s. Luke Hempel at 11, and Jimmy Tufu at 13s. In MP40, Mark Dakiv is the odds-on favourite at odds of 2.1. In MA1, Josh Pratt is the favourite at 3.1 over Joel Way and Luke Humphreys. Probably a very competitive division once again. In MA40, Hayden Shaw is the favourite going into this over Les Watney at 9s, and Steve Scarborough at 11s, Logan at 13s. Laura Backer, favourite to take out FA40. In MA50, Chris Kingsnorth is favourite to edge out Andy Brewster into second, with Russell Meal in third. Rebecca Bennett's favourite in FA50, and in MA2, Sam Hitchcock and Cameron Oliver are your odds-on favourite. Nikki Toth in FA2, and finally Henry Jackson, Josh McConnell, Joshua Going, and Carlos Fedekyle. There's nothing to choose between them as far as the data analytics team are concerned. Very competitive division in MA3. Lacey Ann Sims and Libby Darrick are your favourites in FA3, and Carter Gojak has the nod from the tipsters to edge out MJ15. Those are your tournaments that are coming up this weekend. I shall see you if you are going to be playing Faultline Fury. Very much looking forward to that. There's a couple of things that are up and that are coming up soon that we want to talk about. The first one is, and I've been starting to hear it, and I don't like it, honestly. Chat, tell me now. How early is too early to have Christmas music in shops? Because I've started to hear it, and the trees are up outside Pack and Save. They've started the decorations. That can mean only one thing, and that's Secret Santa is on the way. So the details of Secret Santa will pop up onto the screen now, but you can still get involved. The deadline for getting all of your application in is, let me just double check the exact date, unless producer Tom can whisper it in my ear. Okay, where is it? It's the end of this month, I think, normally. Here it is. November is too early. Yeah, you're right, Kelvin. I'm not a huge fan. I wonder what the chair thinks. Okay, so the 29th of November, okay, is the last date. So that is that's the last date for sign-ups. So you've got about 2 weeks still to sign up. We're going well on numbers. We're not quite at last year's number of people, but we're close. And so yeah, if you haven't got involved yet, then head over to the Facebook group, to the New Zealand Disc Golf Secret Santa 2024, and you'll find the details. You'll find the details of how to get involved there. It's a Google form. Just fill it out and get yourself involved on the on that. The only minimum requirements is a brand new premium plastic disc. That's all you need to send, and all that you should expect to receive. However, you are encouraged to send more and really spread the Christmas spirit as much as you can. Last year we had some incredible gifts that were sent along. So yeah. Right, now let's go through some Disc Golf Valley scores. I think if we can, I started playing this round and then failed because I took like an 11 on one of the holes, as you can see here. Oh, there we go. There it is. Who have we got? Arn with a 6 down. Kelvin with an 8 down. Who's got the ace there? Who got that ace? As you can see, Morgan got an ace on hole 7. Outrageous. Well done, Morgan. As you can see, I took my ball and went home after hole 5, and that was annoying. A Brett Carlisle with an 8 down as well. Sneaky. I didn't know Brett played Disc Golf Valley clearly as much as he does to be that good. And JFD with a 7 down. So well done to everybody there. Right. We've got to. I want to bring Morgan back, or wait till Morgan gets back before we go through power rankings. But first, should we try Distal? Chat, I'm going to need your help on Distal because I'm on my own for now. Morgan is indisposed, and the chair is less useful than at Distal. So here we go. So then, let's go with. Okay, try. I hope this disc is in there. Let's go with a Brave. That's one of my favorite discs at the moment. What have we got? Oh, okay. So slower than a Brave. So that's speed 7. Quite a lot less glidey. Is that an up arrow for turn? I can't quite see it. Or is that? It's all down. So that's less. So we're looking for more, a straighter. Morgan's back. This is great. Morgan, we're into Distal.
Hey guys, I actually just wanted to come back really quickly and apologise for that, and I am going to have to step away. I've got a bit of a situation unfolding where I'm going to have to go to work.
Okay.
So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well,
sorry guys. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Magnus, for coming on the show. And I'll love you and leave you, and I'll see you next week. Have a great week, guys.
All right. Yeah, go and sort out what you need to sort out. Okay, so it's not latitude. Come on then, help me out, chat. We need a lower speed disc with less glide than a 6. Quite a bit less glide, actually. So let's try a... let's try a Dart. That's fairly straight. Okay, so we've got Innova, and it's a speed 4 or 5, do we think? We've got the turn right at 0, but the fade is slightly higher, and the glide has got to be lower than a 4. So, okay. Is it going to be like a Gator? That's quite an overstable-y kind of mid-range, eh? From Innova. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. Help me out. Oh, okay, lovely. Oh, we're nearly there. Right. So what have we got now? We've got our speed. We've got to be a little bit lower than a speed.
So I think it's a 4 speed.
4 speed.
I'd say it's
2 glide. Yeah. 0 turn and less. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. So
how many? There's loads of Team Innova players out there. So
is it a 4-2-0-1? I think it's
4-2-0-1. Let's go. Craig Lycan saying rock. Let's try rock.
Which one?
Just a regular, yeah, OG rock. We know we're going to get that. Oh, look at this. The speed is right. The glide is too glidey. It's a 4-3. So is that 4-3-0-2? Am I looking at those arrows right?
That's yeah. So no. So it's less glide, less fade.
Okay, so that's 4. So 4-3-0-2 we can work out from that. So we've got a couple of guesses: Toro or a pig.
No, it's 4-2-0 because we've already got the glide.
Okay, so 4-2-0-2.
4-2-0-1 because we guessed 2 for the Brave.
4-2-0-1.
Yeah.
I think so. It's not. I don't think it's a.
No, it's not. It's not a pig. No,
because a pig's slower than a 4A. So a Toro.
Oh, it could be 4-2. No, 4-2-0-1. No, it won't be a pig. You think a Toro?
Yeah, we've got Craig Lycan. He's pretty good at this.
Pig's not. It's more overstable.
Oh.
Ooh.
Brett Carlisle saying Alien. It's not a bad shout with Toro.
Is there an Innova?
Matt Rant saying Alien. So we've got 2 votes for Alien. Let's try that.
Okay, last guess. Alien.
is the last guess.
Never heard of this disc before.
I think it might be quite new. Hooray!
Yes.
There it is. Well done. Congratulations, Matt Rance and Brett Carlisle, for helping us out there. Right, let's have a look at the power rankings then.
Yep, give me some time to get it.
Before we leave you, or before I leave you for today,
Okay,
the power rankings going, starting with the ladies. Michelle Simpson jumps 2 spaces up to first, taking the lead this week. Eckerly drops 2 spots to 10th, and the other big movers, Nina Duckles moves up 2 spots as well. Over to MPO, and in MPO, Francis Orange moves up 2 spots to second. Daniel Hunter moves up 16 spots to 7th. And the other big mover, as we can see in the top 25 there, is Magnus Davidson, who moves up 37 spots to 21st. So well done to Magnus. Some other big movers this week. Sebastian Stridham up 106 spots to 154th, and James McDonald up 72 to 131. So well done to all of those players. As I said, there's lots of disc golf being played this weekend. Massive tournaments in Auckland and in Wellington. Sorry, in Fault Line. So they're both now closed. But you've got Temuka Tussle the weekend after in November. Day at the Lake in Tiano, and then a Rising Stars Open, the Rapper Rumble in Masterton, Taupo and Masterton, respectively, and the Christchurch Disc Golf Championships, Club Championships in mid-December as well. Over into the new year, Egg Monster is the first up, followed by Taupo Classic, and then as the Tour Down Under continues, the New Zealand Disc Golf Open is on the end of January, and then Nationals 2 weeks after that. And yeah, so registrations open for the Southern Smash, open for Paradise Place, and open for Roxburgh Open, as well as all the TDU events. So make sure you get involved. There's some real hot players coming to play, and it's not been announced yet, but it looks like it could be Ezra Robinson could be coming to New Zealand. So maybe, well, if that's Magnus's scoop, you're gonna have to believe Magnus on that one, if that's the case. So yeah, that about does it from us. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you're playing disc golf in Fault Line Fury or in Auckland, then very best of luck. But wherever you're playing disc golf, take it easy, play well, get some birdies, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.